the inside, I feel normal. But when I see myself in a mirror, I feel like some monster.
A woman whose weight loss journey and battle for survival on My 600-Pound Life captured hearts around the globe. At her heaviest, Charity weighed an astonishing 778 pounds, a number that put her life at constant risk. Her struggle wasn't just physical but deeply emotional. "When I see myself in the mirror, I look like some kind of monster," she admitted, expressing the profound despair that came with her condition. Daily life was a relentless challenge. Simple tasks most take for granted were impossible for Charity, so much so that she often needed a makeshift bathroom brought to her bedside because her weight couldn't be supported by normal bathroom fixtures. These were not just obstacles, they were daily reminders of the urgency of her situation. Enter Dr. Nozaradan, the tough but compassionate bariatric surgeon known for taking on the most critical cases. "Charity is in serious danger," he stated, making it clear that her path forward would require a complete transformation, both mentally and physically. His no-nonsense approach underscored the high stakes of her journey. Without drastic lifestyle changes, Charity's life was hanging in the balance. From the unyielding battles she faced every day to the pivotal moments that shifted her path and changed her life forever. Stay with us as we take a closer look at her inspiring fight for a second chance at life. Daily battles in a world built for smaller people. Every day was a grueling test of strength for Charity Pierce. What most would consider simple acts, getting out of bed, sitting down, or moving across the room, were Herculean tasks for her. The weight she carried made even the smallest movement an almost insurmountable challenge. Her daughter Charlie and partner Tony became her lifeline, assisting her with the most basic tasks, from helping her rise from her bed to supporting her as she moved to the sofa, cooking a meal or preparing food for herself, completely out of reach. Charity was left relying on her family to cook, often turning to fast food, even when she wished for healthier options. Social interactions became a rarity, overshadowed by a deep-seated anxiety and the weight of self-consciousness that kept her confined to her home. Going out even for essential doctor visits required ambulances or elaborate arrangements, emphasizing just how restricted her life had become. The simple act of accessing health care highlighted the monumental obstacles she faced. Despite her support system, Charlie's love, and tireless help, Charity was reminded daily of her limitations. Finding clothes that fit her frame or maneuvering through her own home became constant, demoralizing reminders of what she was up against. And yet, amidst this seemingly endless struggle, Charity's resolve never completely crumbled. Day after day, she fought against her body's limitations, holding on to the hope that things could change. She drew on the strength of her loved ones and kept pushing forward, fueled by the belief that a better future was still possible. The dark reality behind her weight. A sobering reminder that obesity is far more than just a matter of appearance. It's a serious, life-threatening condition. At 778 pounds, her body faced unimaginable strain. Her heart, lungs, and other organs were constantly under pressure, pushing her toward an early grave with each passing day. But what makes obesity so lethal? The excessive weight can trigger an avalanche of health issues: heart disease, high blood pressure, sleep apnea, diabetes, and even certain types of cancer. Charity's health challenges didn't stop at the physical. The impact extended deeply into her mental and emotional well-being. The stigma and isolation that came with her size only intensified her feelings of loneliness, depression, and anxiety, creating a relentless cycle of emotional eating and worsening health that felt impossible to break. The childhood pain that fueled a lifetime of eating. Charity's story began in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, marked by more than just her struggles with weight. Her childhood was turbulent and traumatic, shaped by an alcoholic father and frequent abuse. Her mother, often overwhelmed and struggling herself, found it difficult to offer the comfort and stability Charity desperately needed. By the age of 10, Charity had already turned to food as her refuge, a source of comfort when there was none to be found at home. Chips, chocolate, and anything else she could get her hands on became a means of escape, providing brief moments of solace from the chaos around her. But as she grew older, this relationship with food spiraled further out of control. By her teenage years, bullying and body image issues compounded her struggles. The pain she carried led to a cycle of binge eating, each bite a temporary bomb that only deepened her dependence. Attempts to rebel against the harsh realities of her life brought brief distractions, but nothing could free her from the grip of her unhealthy coping mechanisms. As she moved into adulthood, her reliance on food became more destructive, trapping her in a cycle that would take decades to confront and attempt to break. A life-altering decision brings new hope. In 2015, at the age of 39, Charity Pierce made a decision that would change the course of her life. Driven by the dream of walking down the aisle in a wedding dress and marrying Tony, the man she loved, Charity sought out help and found herself on My 600-Pound Life. This wasn't just about fitting into a dress. It was about reclaiming her life, her health, and her future. Under the care of Dr. Nozaradan, Charity faced the sobering reality of her condition. She was admitted to the hospital in Houston, where she was placed on a strict 1,000-calorie diet to kickstart her weight loss. It was the first step on a long and arduous journey. After just 3 months of unwavering commitment, Charity stepped onto the scale and saw a result that would light a spark of hope in her heart: a loss of over 100 pounds. It was the first glimpse of progress after years of feeling trapped, and it fueled her determination. But the path to health is never simple, and Charity's story was no exception. A battle of willpower and healing. Charity's journey soon became about more than just weight. It was a battle to heal her mind and soul. The triggers for binge eating were deeply embedded in her psyche, rooted in the pain she had carried for decades. Therapy became a crucial part of her transformation, allowing her to confront those long-buried traumas and understand the emotional triggers that had led to her relationship with food. Through counseling, Charity learned to replace her destructive eating habits with healthier coping mechanisms and started to rebuild her sense of self-worth. As she worked on her mental and emotional health, her physical health followed. Charity took the initiative to enroll in cooking classes, where she discovered the joy of preparing nutritious meals for herself. What was once a daunting task now became a source of empowerment and healing. For the first time, meal prep wasn't just about survival. It was a celebration of her progress and newfound hope. Turning points and heartbreaking losses. Just as Charity Pierce began to see the light at the end of the tunnel, life dealt her another devastating blow. While she was in the midst of recovering from a challenging skin removal surgery, a significant milestone on her weight loss journey, Charity received the heart-wrenching news that her mother had passed away from brain cancer. The loss was profound, threatening to undo all the progress she had fought so hard to achieve. The grief was immense, a shadow that loomed over her every step. Yet in the face of this unbearable sadness, Charity made a promise to herself. She would keep moving forward, determined to honor her mother's memory by continuing her fight for a healthier life. The road after that was anything but smooth. Charity faced months of setbacks, including betrayals that tested her trust, like her ex-boyfriend Tony starting a relationship with her sister, and them having a child after returning to Iowa. She battled cancer in her kidney that had to be removed before it had a chance to spread to other organs in her body, as well as other family strife that challenged her resilience, including Charlie dealing with alcohol struggles and weight issues of her own, even entering Dr. No's program on more than one occasion. But despite the obstacles, she pressed on. Charity's unwavering determination paid off, and she eventually qualified for additional surgeries that brought her weight down to 335 pounds, a staggering transformation that inspired thousands who followed her journey. A journey of resilience and transformation. From the dark days of immobility and despair to the hard-won moments of hope and progress, Charity has shown that even in the face of overwhelming challenges, it is possible to push forward. Her journey didn't end with losing weight. It extended through battles with illness, mending broken relationships, and finding the courage to keep striving for a better life. Charity has been using her online fame to support her family. She encouraged fans to send her stars on Facebook, a feature that helps creators earn money. In a July 25, 2023 post, she thanked her followers for their support and expressed her commitment to creating content they enjoy. True to her values, she remains focused on providing for her daughter and grandchild while putting family first. The legacy of a fighter. This story isn't just one of weight loss. It's about the courage to confront pain, face fears, and fight for a better future. Charity's unwavering determination, as well as her devoted daughter, Charlie's steadfast support, stand as a testament to the strength of the human spirit. They show us that true success isn't defined by a number on the scale, but by the sheer will to keep going despite the odds. What's your take on Charity Pierce's awe-inspiring story? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and be sure to join us in our next video.